Hi, in this demonstration we're going to take you through hot foiling with TODO, which enables you to create fabulous projects like this. So what I've got here is one of the hot foil plates. This is the same as the letterpress plates, so they will do two different techniques. And I'm just going to pop this onto this metal area here. Now what I did about 20 minutes ago was turn TODO on, so plug it in. It's got full UK connectivity. Switch it on with the little power button here and you will get a little red light appear here. Once it's heated up to temperature, and it does get very hot, it will the light will turn to green and then you're ready to go. Now my top tip would be to put your die on now, your plate on now, and just then get your foil and get your card. Just give that time to heat through because you get a much better effect then. I'm going to use some of the turquoise foil, which is just lovely. It has that holographic shimmer in it as well. And I'm going to place that over the top of the butterfly, colour side down. And then I'm going to take a small piece of card. So this could be out of your scrap box. As long as the card covers the foil, you don't need to worry. If the foil is a little bit bigger than the card itself, then I would put a bigger piece of card on to make sure that none of the foil transfers onto your A plate. It won't damage it. If it does, it will just have foil all over it, which it could do if you wanted. So then A plate goes on. So we've got our base platform here with no plate underneath, because obviously we want the die to go directly onto the hot foil platform. And then with a setting of 3, I'm just going to wheel it across. I like to just hold the plates in place until the roller has gone up onto the hot foiling plate, and then we can just continue to take this right to the end of here. Okay, so we then remove our A plate and pick up our card that has the hot foil on it now. So you can see it's got that impression in the foil. And if you want to, you can leave it to cool for a few seconds, or you can just peel it off and you will be left with this fabulous foiled butterfly. And also, as well as that, you're also left with this, which is the residue, which could then be used on another piece of card and die cut out to make like a negative image. So that's a really cool thing to do too. So none of this foil needs to be wasted. Now, bearing in mind that this is still very hot, what you also get in your box is your silicone mat, which is heat resistant, and also this, which is the magnetic pickup tool. So the bottom part of it's silicone, top part is magnetic. You literally pick up your die like that, place it onto your silicone mat and then cover it over. Okay, and then place that somewhere safe out of the way. And now we've done that foiling, what I want to do is just do a little bit of foiling with one of the sentiments as well, because this is a great way of adding elegance and almost make it look more expensive. This is a piece of the silver foil that I used to do one of the butterflies. So I am just going to I'm going to trim it down, because otherwise we're going to end up with butterfly on our A plate. So just trim off this excess, place that onto the board there, onto your mat. I'm going to position this over the top, and then we're going to use our A plate again. So A plate over the top. Now the heat won't come through this plastic layer, so we can actually, excuse me, we can actually leave that and we can hold it while it moves along. And we're just going to let that hot foil, and I love this for sentiments. I think it just adds elegance to any project. So wheel that out of the way, and again, remove the A plate, pick up the card, like so, and you can see it's already coming away and it's just hot foiled beautifully. Happy anniversary. Lovely. And again, we're going to keep the residue because we could use that for something else. We're then going to pick up our silicone mat with our butterfly still on it, because that will still be warm, and then just lift that up, place it on there. You can put it straight down onto the table and then just leave that somewhere to cool. Okay, and then when you want this to cool down, you can just switch off at the power socket and then just let it cool right down before you use it for anything else. So we've let TODO cool down, And we've taken our beautifully foiled butterfly and I've put the same die around the outside edge, so you get a coordinating die to the actual hot foil plate. I've taped it in place. I'm going to place that now onto my B plate, and A plate goes over the top. And then for die cutting, I have my machine on 7, so I'm going to spin that round to 7, push that down. And then we're going to wheel this across and die cut out our foiled butterfly. And just to mention that die cutting, putting your dies in the middle of the platform won't damage the hot foil area, so you don't need to worry about that. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to peel this back, so we'll get rid of our tape, and then we're left with a beautifully foiled and die cut butterfly. So what I'm going to do now is just add a little bit of ink to this, and then we're going to put the project together. Right, so I'm just going to explain to you what I've done so far. We have built up this card, all right, so we've got a purple background and you can see all the colours that we've used for our butterflies. We've also used in the card. So I've just built this up. I've then taken this beautiful butterfly embossing folder, which is just stunning. Just embossed it with some plain white card and used some archival ink and blended in. I did lime green, turquoise and then purple. So that's going to go in the centre. So again, we're using just cardstock and the dies and the hot foil plates from TODO to make complete cards. So we're not going to have to worry about toppers and sentiments because we can do them all on this machine. So I've used the silver foil on the purple cardstock to create the butterfly. And what's really lovely about this foil is that when you then start to curl and add dimension to the butterflies, it doesn't crack at all. So I'm just going to put a little bit of wet glue down the back of the body of the butterfly. And I'm going to pop that on there. Just let it grip for a few seconds. Then I'm going to add the turquoise one in the centre here. And using that embossing folder in the background is great because it takes away the plainness, if you like, the starkness of the background and adds interest in there as well. And then we're going to use the lovely green one that I did earlier on. So you get 3 different butterflies, 3 different styles of butterfly shapes in the kit. And then we're going to position that there. And then just to bring a little bit of balance over here, because we've got quite a lot of things going on here, I'm going to add my happy anniversary sentiment, and I'm just going to tuck that underneath the turquoise butterfly's wings. And again, you can shape that if you like, and we'll just have it sat like that so it lifts up a little bit. So a little bit of glue on there, pop that underneath the wings of the butterfly, and then just allow that to set. And there we have our finished card using our hot foil plates and the foils and TODO.